Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday morning. So, told you yesterday, the weekend wasn't looking so good for precipitation. A couple ways we can look at this. There are dry points in the weekend. I don't think it's a complete washout by any means. I don't even see too much widespread rainfall. In fact, we may be getting what we're going to get of that right now on Friday morning. So, but I do see thunderstorm chances and shower chances both days during the daytime, Saturday and Sunday. So we do need to be weather aware for strong to possibly severe storms. But again, I don't think it's a washout. Some of you are already getting strong to possibly severe storms, and things have kicked off down here to the south this morning. I've been watching you guys in Joplin, over towards Carthage, headed out towards Mount Vernon. And Joplin was under a severe thunderstorm warning for about the last 45 minutes or so. Joplin now has dropped off of that, picking up now just east of Joplin, headed out towards Mount Vernon. These have had some strong winds and I think a little bit of hail in them this morning. Pretty good lightning show. This is all one big line of thunderstorms that has dropped. Good grief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado warnings just to the west of Fort Smith, down in Arkansas. So associated with that is the rainfall that we are seeing this morning up here in west central Missouri. Let me just go ahead and loop the radar. You can see it's just taking its sweet time, drifting from west to east, but it is going to wash on out of here in a few minutes. It had some low rolling thunder to it just a little bit ago. So where is it raining right now? It's finishing up over in Fort Scott, Nevada, as you guys are getting ready. Anybody commuting this morning, still some rain for about the next 20-30 minutes, pushing through. Walker and Eldo, heavier rains, tapering off a little bit as we get up here towards Rich Hill. Butler's just had some light showers, and north from there, not seeing too much of anything. And that's how things will continue for the next little bit. Let's talk about severe weather, though. There it is. I mean, this is today's. I mean, it says Friday at the top. It looks exactly like yesterday's if you were with me on the stream. So I put this up to show you severe weather season is absolutely not over. I think that we know that, again, that double barrel threat, 3 out of 5, kicking things off over in Colorado, Kansas, Texas. Once again, this is going to be looking at tonight overnight. So late afternoon, evening one more time. So as we go through this, I see that here's your Kansas severe weather outlook. This is just a little bit further north across Kansas than things were for yesterday. Picking up Great Bend, Hutchinson, and South being in the 2 out of 5. I will show you the forecast data showing strong to severe storms that may come through there this evening once again. Zoomed in just a little bit. Getting closer to our area, Newton, Kansas, Eureka, south, picking up Chanute, just south of Fort Scott. Swing over to the Missouri side, and this continues. What's different is this one won't go down to Oklahoma and Arkansas quite as quickly. This is going to go a little bit more east, our threat through the overnight hours looking into tomorrow. So picking up a 2 out of 5 for almost all of west central Missouri, south of Nevada and Stockton and Lebanon, and points to the south. So tornado risk is, again, not zero. It's lower end, but not zero. The environment would lend itself to those. But the overall risk, I think, is going to be severe wind. Probably our biggest complaint, possibly some approximately 60 mile per hour winds. How does this all play out? So here's where we are right now. Let's see where we're going. Again, as this moves all east, I'm going through the daytime hours today. I do see some clustered thunderstorms again. I was talking about this yesterday, just moving along up around I-70. This is about, where am I at? 3 p.m. this afternoon. They fade out before they get to KC, so not a whole lot to worry about today. Here comes tonight, though. Look out around Garden City once again. Here comes probably very, very strong severe thunderstorms. There was a tornado out there last night, last afternoon, evening, I think it was. And so here things go, moving through now about 3 a.m. Yeah, this is about 3 a.m., moving towards the early morning hours again. So what's different about this threat? Look how that happens, hanging out down there. Let's back up to about 1 a.m. and see what happens. Hutchinson, Wichita, Pratt, Kansas, and South, picking up strong storms. But let's go ahead and play this forward. It does swing down to the south, and then it just continues on east. So one more time, I'm looking at Parsons, Joplin, just like we have been this morning. And this is about 5 a.m. that I see this arriving in Joplin for your Saturday morning. And then it just sort of takes almost, not exactly the I-44 corridor, but it definitely travels along it. This is now moving along towards their 6 a.m. This is about 7 a.m. So I think it's right down in this area. See where everything sweeps across would be on the southern edge of our forecast area for sure, picking up southeast Kansas and southwest Missouri, headed off towards Springfield again for your Saturday. However, up here in east central Kansas, west central Missouri, I do see here comes Saturday at about 10 a.m. Kansas City, I think, picks up thunderstorms. So let's rock those back and forth. So you can see Saturday, what am I up to now? About 1 p.m. So I think it's the late morning. So this will be over like the lunchtime hours that I do see thunderstorms cropping up around Osage City, south of, and including Lawrence, even north of Lawrence there, I-70, dipping down to like Paola, maybe north of Butler, picking up Warrensburg on the Missouri side, swinging through now about there's 1 p.m. So there's about your noon picture. So that all rocks through for your Saturday. Before things organize, I do see some clustering and some possibly linear stuff trying to get together down here in west central Missouri, maybe going from Neodesha, Kansas, over picking up Fort Scott, Eldo, Warsaw on up to Sedalia. So this is early afternoon. This is 1 to maybe 3 p.m. for your Saturday afternoon. So basically starts off up in Kansas City before lunch, winds up trying to organize maybe some clustered thunderstorms down here toward the early to mid-afternoon, and here comes your later afternoon in west central Missouri. So not surprisingly, severe weather outlook for Saturday, picking that up. Putting west central Missouri, all of it, up past Jefferson City in the 2 out of 5 category of severe weather there in the yellow for Saturday. Tornado outlook again. You saw those clustered thunderstorms that we've been talking about so much lately. So lower end, but still 2 to 4% being the expressed probability there for tornado outlook on Saturday. Sunday is still a question mark in my mind. I do think that we see some thunderstorms. There is that frontal boundary, cold front that's going to move through associated with that area of low pressure up to the north. And I do think that as that moves through, it does bring us some thunderstorm chances. We're going to have to wait for some high-res data. For now, here's what I see. Looking at that low pressure up there in Canada, look how that frontal boundary just drags across. And I think convection initiates somewhere over in southeast Kansas. Probably picks up west central Missouri. As of now, maybe more organized thunderstorm activity is south, very southern, southeast Kansas again, maybe southwest Missouri. I'm not sure. We'll just have to watch for that. But I do see some thunderstorm chances, and this is looking about 3, 4 on Sunday afternoon. So again, we're going to get a little bit more specific with that as time gets closer. But that is what I see for your weekend so far. Here is what we might get for rainfall, and this is not so bad for all those thunderstorm chances. A lot of them moving through quickly, and again, like I said, not a widespread rain event. So what I'm seeing for possible rain amounts, unless you wind up under a thunderstorm, but I'm not expecting these to hang out for quite so long. Heaviest amounts I'm seeing are more towards central Missouri to get over 1 inch of rain. Kansas City possibly picking up just under 1 inch. The rest of us are well under 1 inch, between a little bit of nothing out in east central Kansas to up around a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch up and down west central Missouri. So not so bad on that front. Let's look at today a little bit. Cloud cover. Sorry about that. Again, we're starting off with heavy cloud cover around 90% this morning. Drops down a hum up to 2, 3 p.m. Best I can do for you today is about 25 to 40% cloud cover expressed across the sky today. So maybe a little sunshine peeking out towards mid to late afternoon. Temperatures, on the other hand, KC, you're going to see 78, 79 today. It's going to be about 77, 78 over in Clinton, 78 down in Fort Scott, 77 in Butler, about 77 in Nevada. So looking at your Saturday and your Sunday temperatures, though, not so bad. We're going to pick up about 73 for Saturday, on the backside of this as this front approaches, right? But we're only going to get up to about 73, 74 for Saturday. Looks like in KC, 77, 78 down towards Fort Scott and Nevada. Things look a little bit better for Sunday. I see 80 in KC, possibly 81 in Harrisonville, 82 in Clinton, 83, maybe 84 down around Fort Scott and Nevada. So it's a weird weather pattern. Things are all over the place. I told you a couple of days ago that they probably would be. It's been a lot to keep track of, but I think here's the bottom line. I do see scattered thunderstorm chances at least Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to say midday on both days, probably lingering into the afternoon hours on Saturday. Not so sure about Sunday yet, but I think it's all daytime stuff. I don't think it's widespread. We just need to be weather aware, as some of those storms could be potentially strong, and we'll track them as they get closer, as always. In the meantime, it is Friday. Every Friday is a good Friday. I think I say that every Friday, but it is. All right. Have a good one. I'll catch you back later.